Hey guys, today I'm gonna show you how to change the oil filter and oil in a Hyosung GT 250. Yeah? This is my Hyosung, yeah, black and white. Uh, to get started, first of all, you gotta change the fairings on the motorcycle. It's got just the bottom one, this, and those bolts. And I'll just pause the video and do that. Then I'll show you in a second what to do next. Okay, I've removed the fairing, you can see, and I didn't unbolt it from this side and also from this side. So it's all the way down now. Now I have access to the bolt where I want to go, but I guess I still have to slip it out in one piece. I'm not gonna, separate the whole fairing. So I'll get back to you in a second. Alright, I've located the bolt. I'll try to show you what it looks like. I think it needs a 17mm socket. Let's see if I can focus it in. What does it say there? It's 17mm. Anyway, I'll see if I can show you the bolt. I guess you would be able to see it by now. I can't see the video because the camera is away from me. I put the socket on so you know the positioning. I won't stay there. Anyway, I've got a pan underneath to catch all the oil, and I'm gonna go ahead and undo the bolt. It's a bit hard to do it with one hand, so I guess I'm gonna have to pause the video again and try to get the bolt so you can see where it goes. That's the one. It's a bit easier to get access to it from the left hand side of the motorcycle. I'll show you the bolt. It's sorry guys, a bit difficult to film it because it's right under there. And on top of that, I've got my new Galaxy Note Edge. I really don't want to scratch it. That's the one. If you can see it, this is the bolt that you're gonna remove. There you go guys, I finally got the bolt open. This is what it looks like, and just gonna let it drain the oil for a few minutes. Hyosung GT 250R needs 10W40, 1.8 liters, so you're gonna need 2 bottles of 1 liter, or if you want to keep it for future, you can either buy a 4-liter one, but I only got 2 liters. This is what I bought. This is 2 liters of oil, and there's the oil filter. It's really tiny. Yeah, oil is still dripping a little bit, so I'm gonna wait for another few minutes. Alright guys, the oil has finished draining. I'm sorry about the noise. There's a house being built next door, so they're making a hell lot of noise here. Anyway, so the oil draining is finished, and I'll show you where the oil goes. The oil is gonna go in there. I've removed the little cap from there, and then you also gotta remove the oil filter cover in a minute. I'll show that to you in a second. But now what I'm gonna do next is that I'm gonna put that bolt back on because it's all finished, and I'll put the bolt back on, and then we'll change the oil filter. Right, yeah, let me pause the video again, and I'll show you in a second. Alright, the bolt is back on, so I think I can get back to removing the oil filter now. Now to remove the oil filter, I'm gonna need I think it's 10mm socket. Yep, you're gonna need a 10mm socket. Yep. Alright, let's have a look. Now, yeah, that's what you gotta do. You gotta remove these three, 1, 2, 3 bolt, and take the cap off. Alright, we'll do that in a second. I'll pause the video again. Now here we go. I've just bought a couple of sheets of paper towel just to clean inside the cylinder thing for the oil filter. Now, to my knowledge, there whoops, where is it? I dropped the little socket somewhere. Where did it go? This is what the cap looks like. Be careful, there is a spring inside, but it looks like it's no, it's not attached. And then there we go. Now be careful, there's a bit of oil leaking from there. Yeah, but there's nothing much you can do about it. I'll put a bit of piece of cloth in there to get it off. And now there's also a sealing rubber there, but I'm gonna leave that in. I'm not gonna remove that one. And let's just carefully remove the oil filter now. I think you just have to pull it out. It's a bit awkward with the fairing pushing right next on you. And I wonder if we have to unscrew it. It's quite, well, I'm just gonna remove the little sealing rubber before I lose it. And it goes in there. I'm gonna leave it there. Let's get back on removing the little oil filter outside. Try to unscrew it, see if you need. No, it doesn't look like it's screwed in. Or is it? I'm gonna pause the video again because it's too hard to do with one hand. Then I'll show you once it's removed. Yeah, it didn't need to be unscrewed. It was just matter of pulling it out. Just used my 2 fingers to pull it out. Yeah, this is what it looks like. Whoa, still got oil in it. Be careful. Now before I put the new filter in, I'm just gonna wipe all this oil off and wipe the inside of the little oil filter bay. Put a bit of tissue in there and soak up all the dirty oil that was there from previous service. Not service, I mean from previous oil. Whoa, there is a lot of oil still in there. Now I guess I'm gonna need another couple of sheets. I'll be back in a second. I've cleaned up the inside. Whereabouts are you? There you go. It's all nice and clean in there. So now I'm gonna put in the new filter, and this, you see the hole goes inside, and here we go. Just slip that in. Perfect. Now all you gotta do is, now I'm gonna just clean up the oil inside and slip it back on and screw it up, and then we fill it with oil again. Alright, the filter is back on. Now be careful not to tighten them too hard, because the little bolts are actually mounted on this panel. If you break them, or you tighten them too tight and then they break, then you pretty much screwed. Then you have to buy the whole thing. So make sure it's just nice and snug, but not absolutely tight. Now it's just time to put the new oil in. So I'm just gonna fill it up with 1.8 liter, and let's see how we go. Alright, I put oil in it. I think it should be enough, but just gonna double check here. That's the gauge, and it's got full and lower little notches. And now what you gotta do is you gotta lean your bike into the middle. I can't do it with one hand, so you can see it in the little piece of glass. Now I can't do it with one hand, so I'm gonna have to put the camera down again to get it done. Yep, cool, it's perfect, and it was right on the full line, not too much or not too low. So I'm just gonna screw this cap back on. Every time you do something, there's always something that makes your life a bit harder. Like here, it's got this little hose, and that's in your way. Well, anyway, yeah, I've got it on, and that's all there is to it, mate. Finished with the oil change. Tighten it up. All right. Now, before I put the fairings back on, all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get a bit of degreaser and spray it all over the engine, give it a good rinse, because you know there is a bit of oil dripping everywhere, and I absolutely hate it. So I'm just gonna spray with the degreaser. I normally use a heavy duty degreaser, it works better on the engine oil, and just hose it up straight away. But if you're doing the same thing, make sure you don't leave the degreaser on for too long. Sometimes it may damage the paint or something, but I normally leave it for like maybe 30 seconds and then just rinse it. That's it, and then you're done. Well, anyway, I hope I helped you guys, and enjoy riding.